Hello everyone, I am Dr. Ashok presenting one more video after going through one of the immaculate novels by Narayan, The English Teacher. Before I delve into this novel, I like to wish you Happy New Year and very prosperous, very bright, very healthy, productive, Happy New Year. Pray for you that all the resolution that you have set for this year and all the targets and goals that you have set that those things will be fulfilled, and I pray all the desires and wishes and dreams will be come true in this year. So once again I wish you happy new year, and let's get into this novel. Let me tell you something that in Pune there is a market called Appabalwan Chowk, where we always call ABC Market, which is very popular for having books and stationery, but I don't get any English novels there. There are generally academic and education related books people get there. And sometimes when I go to Deccan, I visit street book stalls. So this time I went to Deccan and I picked up the English Teacher novel at one of the street book stalls at Deccan while I was there for my planned work. And I read it, and I'm sharing my understanding of the book with you all. And those who are teachers, especially those who are English teacher, can read this novel. They must read this novel. Interesting one and very insightful and thoughtful novel by Narayan, because you know that Narayan, one of the most distinguished Indian novelists, writing in English, and brings out autobiographical elements in his novel, The English Teacher, which is very famous and popular novel. The English Teacher is the tale of love, the saga of the ceaseless passion of loving someone compassionately. And the male protagonist at the beginning of the story is seen working in the similar college where he studied. And the story deals with his life, love, happiness, and sadness, and sorrow, and different emotions which are collected in these novels. R.K. Narayan's lucid language and the subtle symbolisms crafts the English Teacher as an eternal saga of ceaseless love. And the English Teacher is the third of the trilogy that began with Swami and Friends and The Bachelor of Arts. Again, another two novels which are very popular by Arkin Ryan. And this is the third novel in the trilogy, The English Teacher. The author Arkin Ryan dedicates this book to his wife Rajam, and this is not only autobiographical but also affects and depicts its intensity of feeling, the intensity of the feeling that is depicted in this novel. The story is a series of experiences in Krishnan's life. Krishnan is a hero in this novel, and these include some joyful and some sorrowful moments. And this entails his journey towards achieving inner peace and self-development in a very traditional Indian style. It narrates Narayan's own happy days with his wife Rajam, who died because of typhoid just after 5 years of their happily married life, which is very sad. And this entire chapter has been portrayed in a very like with a very the highest intensity of the feeling by Arkin Narayan. The hero in the story was in complete love with his wife, and after her death, he plunged into a period of darkness and was subsequently obsessed with or by sort of communicating with her. He used to speak with her spirit. And Krishnan undertakes an emotional, intellectual, and spiritual journey during the course of the novel, and his life becomes unpredictable, which life is always unpredictable. And it happens not only as a result of any grand plan or ambition, but as a result of his response to a series of challenging circumstances in his life, in Krishnan's life. And similar thing happen in our life only, that all the circumstances, situations that we have to face most of the time, life becomes unpredictable for us, and that is not the part of the plan. And therefore its saying goes all the time that like man proposes and God disposes. That's what happens in everyone's life. The main theme of the novel is life and death. The problems that one encounters in coping with the death of dear one are depicted in the novel. And both Krishnan and Leela is his daughter and one of the characters in the novel. So both Krishnan and Leela lose an important member of their family, while Leela continues her normal routine and But the life of Krishnan is thrown out of gear. And you know what happened to the person who lose the important person in the family. And it takes a lot of effort on his part and the guidance of his late wife for him to come to terms with his wife's death. And another important theme of the novel is the system of education in India, because the lack of proper system of education had made generation of morons, according to Krishnan. And the book, The English Teacher, with its distinct plot, depicts the futility of the very concept that life can be always conventional and logical and predictable. So everyone has experienced that life is not conventional, life is not logical, life is not predictable. In mathematics, probably we can say that 2 plus 2 is equal to 4, but in life, 2 plus 2 is equal to 5, 2 plus 2 is equal to 7, because life is always unpredictable. And it is not the pessimism about the life, it is all about dealing with the life and accepting the realities of the life. And this book talks about that, because the English Teacher by Erkin Narayan is the novel, though it is set in a fictional town of Malgudi, portrayed as a microsome of India during the colonial rule. And Indians reading this novel will be able to relate to each character's experience with life because of the familiarity of their actions and outlook in this novel, which is portrayed by Erkin Narayan. Finally, we see Krishnan as one like passing through the journey of life, experiencing both joys and sorrows, and lastly realizing inner peace, enjoying the blessings of both the worlds. And it's like happy ending that we can say. The book is an excellent chronicle of human relationship. The sweet and harmonious domestic life of Krishnan and Sushila is contrasted with the discordant relationship of the headmaster and his wife. And even today, the cordial relations between colleagues and between supervisors and subordinates, the social sensitivities and the decorum to be followed, and how we can follow these things. It is completely very nicely and very neatly portrayed in this novel, and that we can maintain the cordial relation. We can take some lessons, all the characters in the novel. Now, what I could infer from this particular novel, I like to talk about that, because life we have to accept, and we shouldn't overthink about anything, and we have to keep on moving forward. And life has always been unpredictable and full of uncertainty, and we just don't realize it most of the time, and we keep on accepting the things which come our way, and that is the reality of the life. Because accepting the reality of our world today is the most important way to learn to live the life. And we have to let our ego go, we have to let go our all other anxieties, sorrows, and we have to accept everything, because often stress, anxiety and tension occur when you fight hard to change something and you cannot change. You can't control the chaos, because in life there are certain circumstances where we need to understand, we need to be very thoughtful, we need to be very mindful, and rather than changing them, embracing all the realities of the life and getting into this, and having very thoughtful action, you can deal with all the certainties and uncertainties of the life. And that is the message which is given through Arkin Ryan, that life can shake you. Life, there might be several ups and downs in the life, but we as a human being, we need to deal with it with very great optimism and positivity, and then only you can enjoy the life. And you can only change your thoughts and actions, and that's really good news, in fact, because we have to focus on what we can control, and we have to do that. If we learn how to live the life with all these positivity, optimism, and this is the one of the messages of this novel, because this novel talks about sorrow and joy at the same time. But what makes this novel very special, the language, the words, the expressions, and the symbolisms, and very thoughtful philosophy which is given about the life by Erkin Ryan, which will definitely make you to think a lot and give you more insight. And it is worth reading. This book is worth reading. You can read, and also let me know that how you feel, because I enjoyed this book, not only just looking into the philosophy of the life, but the language of Arkin Ryan is very intriguing, and language is very um, engaging. And I was completely engrossed by reading this novel, and I just finished it, and I'm sharing my joy of reading novel with you. So this is the takeaway from this novel for me. So thank you very much for your time and patience. And once again, wish you happy new year. I'm signing out till the next video. Thank you so much.